We're recording? Y'all ready to have some fun?
Let's do it.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Appalachian Wireless Arena, Josh and the boss, Mr. Paul Bowles. How y'all doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having us.
Wonderful. Yes, thank you. Thank you for having us.
It feels like so long since I've seen y'all. I mean, it's been quite a while with all this craziness going on, but it's getting a little bit back to normal. You know, y'all got some awesome shows coming up. I will say that.
We do. Paul, this is his first trip into the lovely studios.
Yeah, hey, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate being here.
He usually sends me.
Yeah, Josh is the face and the voice and
Sad times.
whatever else we need to do.
Jump through hoops, whatever.
Yeah.
And the hot pepper and challenge guy, all of that going on.
Yes, that quality entertainment for all.
Yeah, it just
folks of all
shows that we've
ages.
got to get busy. We're, the stuff that's going on around that building.
Y'all are getting so bored drinking ghost peppers.
Yeah, I
out
mean,
there.
It's a hard life.
this is
for
not
us.
good. We need a show.
How did all of that get started with the challenges and all of that craziness? I mean, it's like every time I go on there, there's something wild
I
that
think you
y'all are
got to
doing.
blame Wes.
Oh yeah,
I think it started with Wes.
Wes likes to challenge, and then I don't turn down a challenge.
Well, the
That's-
first thing they wanted to start with, they were going to grow out their hair to see who could come up with a mullet
Oh, that's-
first.
we're still doing that.
I beat them.
We haven't
Yeah,
shaved yet.
You know, dude, you have a beautiful mullet.
Well,
I will
you
say
know,
that.
mullet.
I'm not a germaphobe, but I've also got common sense. I'm not getting that close to anybody during the pandemic, so
Yeah,
haven't cut it since February. So
it's looking good,
yeah,
man.
I got
It's
the,
looking
got
real
the little
good.
flows going back there. You know,
That's all you've got ever since the beginning of
I'm
all
sorry.
this?
Well, I had a cut, and then Wes challenged me, and I will not lose to Wes. And then when Wes starts throwing in these challenges, I'm like, let's do some peppers. Let's do
well,
some.
I think
ghost
that's how it
peppers.
started. That was going to
Yeah.
be the punishment if you lost.
And then it turned into a
Then
challenge.
it turned into a
Yeah.
challenge to eat the pepper. And
Really?
then somehow Wes is not involved, other than just getting the peppers.
Yeah. Isn't that funny how I'm the guinea pig?
How did he get out of that?
I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
know.
understand how that worked.
I think he has a bad stomach. Let's go with that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good excuse.
Every time he comes up here, he has like a coffee cup that's the size of the Eiffel Tower, and he's talking about acid reflux.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't do coffee. I do peppers, I guess. I don't know.
Where do y'all get these ghost peppers and all that from? Can you find that at Walmart?
No, they were actually locally grown. Yeah.
Keeping it local, shopping
Yeah.
local, to burn your intestines.
Clay Christian was did the ghost pepper. Oh, he did the reapers for us, and we've had a lot of one of Wes contact. You know, Wes gets stuff that are locally grown, and by golly, they had the heat to them. That's for sure.
Yeah, I
So,
know the first guy with the ghost peppers wanted to sell a sack.
Yes.
Wes is like, I cooked for the next 60 years. I couldn't use a sack of them. I just need one.
just need one. That's all it took.
So do both of y'all partake in these
No,
challenges?
I do not.
Oh, well, you're the boss. You
Yeah, I
ain't
like to
got
feel like I grew up. You know, I'm the only adult running around
And
there.
Larry won't even participate. Larry's like the MC, and me and Philip Reed, who's the he's over public safety of the
Yeah.
city, and he has a weak stomach. Well, he burns easily too, and we just did it. And that day, the day before, with ghost peppers, we had 2 apiece. So we were feeling wonderful, and then of course the
Oh,
Reaper
man.
challenge. We were lucky enough not to catch the Reaper, as don't fear the Reaper, as Blue Oyster said. But we didn't fear the Reaper that day because we didn't get it. It was
Nice.
actually an innocent bystander that came in for the video, and he got it. So very very blessed for that.
How do you talk somebody into eating the world's hottest pepper?
Luck of the draw. I mean,
Yeah.
I picked cup B and
Oh, so
the
you're
one
doing
cup
cups.
and
yeah,
C. Yeah,
well,
we did a
like a berry slush or something.
Yes,
yeah.
we did a
Yeah.
trivia challenge, and
Okay.
Philip came in first. I came in second, and he was dead last. So
See, when I started watching the video, I just got like right in the middle of it whenever y'all were
Yeah.
already ready to go and doing it.
yeah, we're gun ho.
Yeah, the best part is Larry's emceeing and he says, "Don't say anything. Let's wait and see if we could tell which one ate it." And the guy took the first sip and goes, "Ooh!" like that. It's like, yeah, it's pretty obvious the guy on the end got it.
It's pretty obvious that he just can't use words right now. So yeah,
I'd say his
and
tongue is still cut.
I got the habanero, which wasn't
I love habaneros.
it
That's-
wasn't
yeah,
too bad. It was
good.
really fresh. And then I
He had
don't remember
chili
what
peppers. Yeah, regular
Philip
chili
had
peppers,
chili.
yeah.
He got the chili, which he won.
Which was
He got
easy,
lucky.
yeah.
So I feel so bad for the janitor at y'all's place that has to deal with the toilets after all of these
We
challenges.
sent him home. You know. It's no longer our problem. We sent him home.
Pretty much. It gets bad. It gets bad at the arena quick with the challenges with the peppers. But
Dude, hey, I ate a ghost pepper one time, man, and I was at Burger King. This was whenever I was in college, and we actually bought Burger King out of milk. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
Those things are rough, man.
yeah, they are. They're rough. But I mean, we're just trying to keep things fresh and keep people entertained, which we will do very soon. We hope.
We hope, yeah.
Yep. Well, heck, coming up, it's already September. I keep forgetting that it's September.
It's September.
It doesn't feel like September, but next
Not at
month
all.
y'all are getting back to the normal with old
Trying
Rodney
to,
Carrington coming
yeah,
in.
Yeah. Well, there's always a chance it could move. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the state we're in. But right now, we're going forward with it. It's a social distance show.
Mm-hmm.
You have to kind of buy your little pot of tickets there, and
Mm-hmm.
all goes well. We're going to do it November 7th,
November 7th.
2020.
See, I love that y'all are kicking it off with a comedy show too, because with all of this craziness going on, especially November,
Need a little comic relief.
Yeah, everybody needs to laugh right now,
yeah.
man. Right now more than ever. That's why Rodney Carrington, the guy's a very talented musician in his own right, but just the songs are and they're
He's hilarious. He is that. So yeah, I mean that's our plan right now, and then fortunate most of the events that we were working on for 2020 will be back in 2021.
Yeah.
A lot of things I think people will be surprised of and happy to see, and we'll just wait for them to say we can open the world up, and we'll go back at it.
It broke my heart to see so many great events taken away from us, man. I was looking forward to all of them. The Poison, of course, Steve Miller Band, that was one of my bucket lists right there. I've always wanted to see Steve.
It was a great show. It was, it's a phenomenal show. I mean, Steve Miller has always been phenomenal, but to watch it live is just great. Then throw Marty Stewart on there.
Hall of Famer. I mean,
Yeah.
just recently added in the Hall of Fame.
I know
So,
it.
yeah.
So I was really looking forward to that. Toby Keith, that was another bucket list for me. And just, it broke my heart.
Good stuff. It broke mine.
Oh, yeah, I would say. But the thing is, though, like y'all said, dates are getting rescheduled, and sooner or later, it'll all be back to the area.
Fingers are crossed. If you can't see them right now, they are crossed. Legs are crossed. Ears are crossed. Eyes are crossed. I'm trying, man. We're all trying just to get through it, and we all want to smile even bigger. That's what we want.
Well, that's why I'm thankful for Rodney. So for the people out there that don't exactly know how a social distance concert works, tell them, like, the step-by-step, like, get into the building, concessions,
You
all
get too
that.
close to somebody, we're going to slap you.
There we go.
That's the
Hey, y'all
rule.
do have some big old boys in security. I
Now,
will
basically,
say that.
the way we designed the seating areas, there will be nobody sitting beside you or in front of you or behind you.
That's cool.
There's hand sanitizer stations all throughout the building. Concessions. Obviously, we want you to visit concessions, but we're not going to let you linger like you used to be able to do in the concourses. You'll kind of go to that concession stand where your seats are, and that's where you'll be allowed to go. You won't be, the restrooms there or whatever. Just extra cleaning people, and
What about the smoking section? How's that going to work?
Well, it'll have to be policed. We'll only allow so many people out there, but
Okay.
there obviously you're not going to wear a mask. It's kind of hard to smoke with a mask on, but
The balconies are bigger too, so they'll add that extra.
and I got to figure if you
distance.
still smoke in this day and age, knowing you're living on the edge anyway, so
Yeah.
you're not scared of a pandemic.
Agreed.
Yeah, but the thing is, see, I went to my first socially distanced concert month before last, and it was easy peasy. You still feel safe. You wear a mask and all that, but it's a very different atmosphere, of course.
is.
But you're still seeing a great show.
That's it.
And people shouldn't be scared.
You take
to come
Rodney
out.
Carrington. He's not going to fill the arena up. So you bring the stage in. It's a half-house show. Now in this case, we're going full arena and only allowing 2,200 people in an arena that holds almost 7,000 people. So
Wow.
it's just weird. It's even weird for us because we want to fill the place.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to do a show and it's going to look empty, and that's supposed to be okay. And so it's going to be hard to get used to that, but we're doing what we can. I mean, at the end of the day, you're trying to do something to keep the lights on and have revenue flowing, for the restaurants, the hotels. That's why we're there. We're quality of life, and we got to do something to help those guys out. And
Yeah.
so, Rodney Carrington's it. He's first.
It's exciting, man. I've always wanted to see Rodney too. The guy's a talented actor, but man, the songs are just. And I will say, for anybody who doesn't know who Rodney is, the show is 18 years and older.
Yes,
right?
Yes, it's a mature audience for sure.
Very nice guy, but he has some jokes that you do not want to bring your kids to. That's
Jokes, songs,
songs,
facial
jokes.
expressions, anything.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you don't want your kids seeing that.
But then keep in mind too that we're following this, the state and the local guidelines, of course. But you never know what those guidelines will be
Yeah.
for November 7th.
They
things
change
might
constantly.
totally change. You never know what.
Exactly.
And
That's the reason we haven't really released anything, because we've got to wait and see what it's going to be come November. And whatever it is, we'll follow by those. Right now, you're required to wear a mask. So if we had the show today, you'd come in with your mask on. And come November, it may not be a requirement. So
Exactly.
we'll just have to wait and see what the governor tells us.
And it does seem to be, of course, it's not totally back to normal yet. We've got a long ways until then, but it's getting there. It's slowly but surely. Like, heck, we're sitting here talking about a show coming up to the Appalachian Wireless Arena. We've been downstairs all morning working on the football local side and UK. It's getting there.
It is. It's taking time, but we were in a global pandemic.
And right now, the
that's-
country needs that. I mean, we really need something. I mean, I think what's going on in the world today has a lot to do with the shutdown. People are frustrated. They're depressed. And, if we can do stuff to put some smile on somebody's face, then, why we do what we do.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the comedy, how that's the first thing y'all got. That is awesome, man. You couldn't have, and especially Rodney, too. Couldn't have picked a better guy to come
Mile
in.
and beats crying.
Yes, it does. And in 2020, that is what we need to do.
Yes, sir.
How long has it been since y'all have had a show up there?
Last concert was Brantley Gilbert. February 29th.
Yep.
That was
It's
the
been
last.
a minute.
Even that seems so long
It seems like
ago.
it was forever ago.
Yeah.
It really does.
Wow.
It really does.
But, hey, I mean, and even then, you got the Price is Right to kick off the 2021.
Man, that's a fun show. Like if people haven't got their tickets to that, they want to get their tickets to that. That is, you can actually win prizes. You're getting the whole Price is Right experience.
What type of prizes?
I mean, they're going to offer. I'm pretty sure. I think like cars, and there's all kinds of like big prizes that a
just
person
like-
can win.
Just like on
I
like,
have
the
no
real
idea.
show?
I'm not the marketing guy.
Yeah, that's me. Sorry, that's my job. Yeah, there's a lot of really good prizes you can win, just like the show.
That's cool, man.
There's not like, I don't think there's any. I've looked this up. I don't think there's like dream vacation kind of things, but there's some really cool prizes you can win. Of course, there's a host, a celebrity host, which we've announced who that is. Todd. My mind has went blank on me.
Well, that's a show that feels like it's been forever.
Yes, it has.
We originally April.
Yes.
Yeah, it was April show.
Moved twice.
Moved to June,
Yes.
and now to January. So
Yes.
yeah, it just seems like it won't go away.
The
But
host
it's meant to be.
actually-
Third time's a charm.
There you go. The host was actually on daytime television. He's hosted the show for The Price is Right
I
before.
can't remember. He's the dude that's
Very-
covered tattoo.
He's got a lot of tattoos,
Yeah.
spiky hair. I'm mad
remember
that I
his
can't
name.
think. It's Todd. I know that, but he is very. You'll notice him. You
I
can go
Google.
to the arena page and check him out. But he is. He's going to be a very good host. He's a very good host.
Yeah, and that's cool how they bring
Todd
back.
Newton. Is it Newton?
Yeah, Todd Newton.
Man,
yeah,
look at
that's
me.
the guy.
Look at
There's my
me.
marketing guy coming in.
I'm just saying, there it is. Todd Newton, he is very talented, of course, a great host. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. And if you get to the box office early enough, I think it's like 4 hours in advance, pretty sure it's 3 or 4 hours in advance, you get to have a chance to try to be on the
He
show.
called up. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Come on down.
Cool. Okay.
Come
I
on
was,
down, Pikeville.
I was going to ask how that
Yeah,
works.
they do a pre-registration a couple hours before.
Act
Doors
crazy because that's what they want. You know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You,
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to get...
Well, you had to be the person
Average
like
Joe.
rolling down the aisle whenever
Yes.
they call your name
Yes.
and all of
You're
that.
going to have to be unique. Like they'd pick you. They would.
Well, they'd pick you, man. You're the most enthusiastic person I've ever met in my
He's
entire
ineligible.
life. I thought I had a lot of energy
He's
until
not
I met
eligible.
Mr.
He's
Josh
an
Kesler.
employee.
I can't do it. They won't let me. Paul says no.
He can't win anything anyway.
And what an amazing theme song too. Dun, dun, dun,
Yes,
dun, dun.
yeah.
Everybody identifies with it. How long has that show been around?
Bob Barker did it. How long? Let's see.
I remember watching it with my grandmother.
Yeah,
Kid.
everybody remembered.
You got to look this up because now I'm going to like. Is it
Do, do, do.
80s? No, longer
First
than that?
it's
episode
longer than
was
that, dude.
September 4th, 1972.
72.
Yeah.
Okay, I was in that.
Year I was born.
72.
Really?
Look at
That's
Paul.
yeah.
Paul's
Been around a
old as
while.
the Price is Right.
I am. The old guy.
But hey, it's just exciting to be finally talking about a show coming right here to downtown Pikeville, man. It's been, God, it feels forever.
It has. It's built forever. And if they want information, of course, they can go to AppalachianWildliceArena.com. Of course, we want to encourage you to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Snapchat, and we have a TikTok. And I want everyone to send us a message on our Facebook page and tell us what you want to see us do for a TikTok first. We have not done a TikTok yet because we don't know what to do yet.
I don't know what TikTok is. Like my wife, she does it, and I don't talk to her much.
They do random moves in skimpy clothes.
That's basically what I've got. Like just
please
teenage white women.
Please do not message you want to see Josh in skimpy clothes.
That hurts, Paul. That hurts.
Well, he's almost got it with all the weight he's lost and
trying.
everything.
He's a stud.
I'm trying.
Dude, what have you been doing? Every time I get on Facebook, you're
I don't
bragging.
Yeah, he starved himself.
I don't eat. No, seriously, I fast. Larry started this whole trend first with a health kick, and then I followed behind, lost almost 50 pounds now. But
yeah, Larry, he lost a lot too.
Yeah,
man.
he's lost
Josh
a lot.
is a cheap date. He gets a lemonade when you take him to lunch.
Lemonade, that's it. No, I just honestly fasting, working out. That's what you got to do. I got to keep up with my son, man. He's too fast. Like I want to be able to live a long life of running after my son.
Yeah,
Shout out to Tennyson. He's the man.
Yeah, he's a cute kid, and a lot of that's really important right now is to exercise with all of this going on. Vitamin D levels, man, are so important to keeping your immune system.
I got
built
two
up.
skinny guys telling me about being
Dude.
healthy.
Hey,
I'm
I've
the
done
fat
nothing.
guy over in the corner.
Stop.
I've done nothing but gain weight during this pandemic. I've just
I
sat
had it
on
before
the
we got
couch.
here.
Hey, I had a Philly cheesesteak pizza roll driving
Just
up here to
one?
see y'all.
I mean,
I
See,
won.
that's your problem. Just one.
Hey, I would have.
See, I'd have been. I have pizza rolls.
Hey, they have some good deals, man. It's like 6 for $12. I forget, but have y'all tried the Philly cheesesteak pizza rolls? They're the bar.
Oh, good old Double Quick.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Double Quick.
Double Quick, yeah.
Try that.
One of our people too. We love Double Quick.
They're good people.
Good bunch of
That
people.
was my first job, actually.
There you go.
Double Quick.
Can't beat them.
And I also wanted to talk to y'all about something very important right now that it kind of bothers me that nobody is talking about it. Like, whenever y'all got here, I was getting some notes ready and stuff like that. And if somebody Googles Save the Stages Act, the last post that I see any news publication, like big news publication, talk about it was April 18th.
Yeah.
And since then, it was like June or something like that. And this is Variety. I mean, it's not.
Well, unfortunately, when Congress took the recess, it kind of took a back seat.
Yeah.
Like everything else, part of the stimulus package, the fourth stimulus package, I think they say. But Save Our Stages is basically it's legislation trying to get through Congress and pass that will help save some of these independent venues out there. Our build, we're pretty safe. I mean, what are you going to do with a 7,000 seat arena?
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to be that. But, there's a lot of small clubs and, theaters out there that could, cease to operate and be turned into something else down the road. I mean, back home, I can remember the old theater downtown there is now got turned into office space.
Wow.
So, and unfortunately, us as an arena, we need those stages. We need those people operating because that's what feeds us.
Yeah.
I guess a good example would be Tyler Childers. This is a guy, I mean, everybody knows who Tyler Childers is, but, when he was starting out, he was playing the bars, the clubs, the coffee houses, wherever he can get a spot. And that's what made Tyler Childers. And then, from there he goes to the Mountain Arts Center and he does well over for Joe. And then, you throw him in the arena, and
Everybody's got
knock on wood, he sold out 3 shows, but you got to start. Most people look at these singers and acts and think, they just started one day and they became a star, and it doesn't work that way.
No.
The one that comes to mind, I remember my daughter was a huge fan of Luke Combs before anybody knew who Luke Combs was.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea who he was at the time, and in fact, the first time I ever saw Luke Combs, he was playing guitar for Ryan Upchurch or Upchurch the Redneck.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's an old video, and I swear I looked at it, I was watching the video, and I thought, God, I wish this guy would stop rapping and let the fat guy sing, because this guy's good.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was Luke Combs.
Whoa.
And there's a there's a saloon type in the city down the road from where I'm from, and they have about 400 seats.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, my daughter was just, Dad, you got to get to Sleep Comes. You gotta get this. And I'm like, I don't even know who he is. And they announce him for this show, and he sells it out in 10 minutes.
Whoa.
And it's only 400 tickets. But when you got somebody else playing it, that's a name, that and it takes them 20 days to get rid of those 400 tickets. You got to pay attention to this guy. And so, you just watch it, and you'll see it, and then next thing you know, he's playing these theaters. It's 800 seats, 1,200 seats, and then 2,500 seats, and then now it's the arenas. And arenas our size, we got to jump then, because if he gets too big, he's not going to play it. He'll be at Rupp or somewhere like that. So it's a small window, and so you got to hit it quickly and say, okay, this guy, he's going to be ready for the arenas. My size arena, hopefully in about 6 months. So I got to start working on this now. Yeah. And that's the thing. If we don't have those stages, I don't know what develops those stars, or the stars of tomorrow, I guess you say. Yeah. And it's sad because it's a difficult time. I mean, everybody's hurting. I guess you have to ask. Is it more important to save my stage, or is it more important to save my house? So it's tough times, and but that's one of the things that's out there. There's the Restart Act. But each of them allows some government funding to allow those stages to still have, because the truth is, I mean, they still got to pay rent, they still got to pay utilities, they still have all this expense, but there's no revenue coming in. And, it's just a way for them to bridge that gap so they can get the doors open again.
So you brought up a very interesting fact earlier that not a lot of people think about. Especially big venues like the Appalachian Wireless Arena or the Mountain Arts Center, that's basically an economic feeder to the community. Because if somebody comes in for a big show like Brantley Gilbert or somebody like that, they're going to stay at the hotels.
Yeah.
They're going to eat local. They're going to shop local. And
eat, stay, and play.
Yeah.
Pretty much, something like that.
Yeah. And people don't tend to think about stuff like that. How much money a big show like that, especially Tyler Childers, him doing 3 sold-out shows back to back. I was talking to people that drove from California and New York. I mean, people from all over the United States.
Canada, we had Texas.
Well, I didn't know you had Canada.
We
had
everyone.
Wow.
Of course, I guess that I was a year in October, so about a year and 3 months, and I had this woman come up to me and talking to me about the show and the arena and everything. And, I'm giving my best sales pitch that I can give for being there a year and 3 months. Come to find out they're from Florida. They started asking questions about Eastern Kentucky. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm new too. Hold on, let me find somebody that lives here that actually knows.
But yeah, people just don't tend to think about stuff like that. I mean, imagine how much money that brought in for the city of Pikeville just that one weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I know that we talked to, we get out, we talk to the restaurants, the hotels, and I know there were a couple that said that the revenue that they made off of that show equaled Hillbilly Days.
Whoa.
So, it was good that, because we lost Hillbilly Days, that we at least had Tyler Childers in December. So that helped. But, man, it would have been a killer year if we'd have had Hillbilly Days too. Hank Jr. on it. I mean, he was going towards a sellout.
Yeah.
I mean, right, the way tickets were going, we were going to run out of tickets about a week before the show got there. So
y'all were on such a run, man. I mean, y'all were bringing in shows that I never thought I would see Charlie Daniels here in Pikeville, or people like Toby Keith, especially Steve Miller Band. That was, oh man, I freaked out whenever y'all announced that. And it's just, but well, that's another thing that people don't get too. I love that y'all are working so hard to bring back a lot of these artists, but people don't get how complicated touring schedules can be, and just
look at the Tyler Childers. I mean, the guy's from here, and we were a good year of making that show happen in December.
Wow.
Easiest marketing job I ever had in my entire life.
You gotta love those.
And Chris Stapleton, since I've been here, were the easiest marketed shows I've ever had to do in my existence. That was the easiest. Oh, here you go. Let's put this out. Another show? Oh, put this out. Oh, one more? Let's put this out. Sold out. There you go. It was easy.
Hey, they're monsters,
love
man.
Those, yeah. Love those.
That's my favorite thing.
But it is. I mean, you're constantly, what I try to tell people is, when you think about where a band can travel in a day's time to get to the next venue, with rigs and buses, probably 300 miles.
Mm-hmm.
So think about where you are and do a 300-mile circumference around you, and you'll realize how many venues are in that area.
Yeah.
And, it's like I think there are technically 19 in the state of Kentucky that can do shows. So everybody's going after it. And that's what I tell people. If you don't do the show, somebody else will. So you got to make that tough decision. Do I do this show? Is it going to sell what I think it'll sell? Is it going to be profitable? Because, technically that's what we're there for. We're there for quality of life and, for economic drivers for the businesses that are in Pikeville, Pike County, and, even, Tyler Childers, it was far out as Prestonsburg, people staying.
Yeah.
And even into Wise County, so, into Virginia. So,
wow.
Paintsville,
and that's what you're there for.
That's crazy,
And so,
man.
that's what it's about. We want to make money because we got to pay for ourselves. We don't want that to be a burden on the taxpayer. So, obviously we're trying to make money, but truthfully we're there for quality of life. And, so it's tough when, everybody's out there trying to go after a show. So, you got to be out in front of it. You got to, I used a comment one time, I remember years ago to where you could look at your calendar, say like, in September, you go, oh man, I got this open date in November. And you started calling promoters up and talking about a show. I'll tell you right now, if you got an open date in November, it's just going to be an open date because, we're scheduling shows now. We're talking to shows in 2022. Now the pandemic's pushed a little bit of that. But it's not unheard of, that this time of year, we were already into 2021 booking, even into what we call fourth quarter of 2021, we'd be booked. Now the pandemic's kind of changed those dynamics a little bit, but we're still doing that now. And right now, the shows that we have in the works, I think people are going to be very happy with. It's a little bit mixture. Obviously, there's country. We're always going to be in what they call a country market. A couple newcomers on the country, so a couple, old farts like me. And then we got some classic rock in there. And then hopefully, if all goes well, we'll have some active rock in the fall of 2021.
Nice.
So,
yeah,
should be a good year.
Yeah, that's another thing that I loved about the schedule that we were talking about last year was just the variety of shows. I mean, hey, you can go there and see Toby Keith, Black Label Society. I mean,
well, that's what you try to. I mean, because you are going to get more country than you do anything, and how you hide that is mixing in the other shows. So
well, like Marty Stewart with Steve Miller Band, that was such a cool mixture, man.
But you do, you try to mix it up and say, okay, well, I'm going to announce, the next two shows I'm announcing country, so I got to find something else that's got to announce before we go to another country show, even if it's WWE, Globetrotters, or Paw Patrol, something else in there that it just breaks up that country.
People perked up when you said WWE right then.
WWE.
Right?
Hey,
You just got
people
a lot
love
of people perked
WWE,
up.
man.
They do.
See,
that
that was another one. We were on the verge of announcing that before all this happened. So,
Wow.
but it'll be back. We're working on it.
Yeah, people just don't understand how important this Save the Stages act is because there's some arenas out there, that they're going to be fine, more than likely that they're good. But a lot of these smaller venues and theaters and concert halls, man, I seen a statistic where it said 90%. Yeah, could possibly not reopen.
Yeah, by the end of this year,
isn't passed.
By the end of this year, it's very possible by 2021, 90% of those theaters don't exist anymore.
Yeah, and we're only like 4 or 5 months away from that.
So yeah, if I could ask you,
That's
please do. Hashtag Save Our Stages or hashtag Restart. Just Google it. Look at it on Facebook, social media. You'll find it.
Yeah, it's so easy. It took me less than 3 minutes to sign up for this.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. I mean, they've got the letters pre-printed. Excuse me. They know your representatives where you say what state you're in, and bam, all you got to do is hit send, and it's done.
And you can even call up your state senators
call them up,
about stuff like this. I mean, that's cool. They can just call up your senator.
Yeah. Well, hey, they sometimes forget, but they do work for us.
Yep, and people need to call out there and remind them
Yes.
of that fact. Like I said, you can go to saveourstages.com. It took me less than 3 minutes. You can see all of the venues on there. I'm telling you, man, it took me forever to scroll until I found Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's how many venues
Yeah,
are really needing this.
That's what I do, and I get
right
out and
now.
just keep scrolling. Okay, I think Kentucky's about halfway here.
Yeah, it's wild, but it just goes to show like how many thousands of venues are really in need of this.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart to see that 90% number.
It's a tough pill to swallow. It really is. I mean, but it's not sure how you would say it. It's just one of many things that's happening, because of the shutdown. So,
but for concert venues, I was watching a bunch of interviews about the Save Our Stages Act. They had people on there like Sting and Katy Perry, big people talking about it. And I forget who said this, but I loved this quote. Y'all were some of the first people to close, and you'll be some of the last to reopen.
Yeah.
And it's so true,
it's
man.
tough. I'm getting choked up about it. No.
Hey,
Well,
Josh
hey, man.
Gallone's getting me.
Hey,
You sexy beast.
hey, listen, I could get choked up about something like this because, man, to me, concerts, I would rather go to a concert than go to the beach or whatever because it's just such a beautiful experience.
entertainment.
Yeah,
At its finest.
Well, when you look at it, I think Live Nation posted that they lost, it was sort of $300-400 million during that time. I mean, that tells you. I mean, that's a lot of shows.
That's a huge company.
And it is a huge company, but there's so many people affected by it. It's not. When you look out on stage, you see Brantley Gilbert, you see his band. Well, there's probably another 30 people that were involved with it that are his roadies. Then you've got our stagehands that come in. It's probably another 15 to 20. You got 20 security guards. You got 20 ushers. You got 10 ticket takers, and all these
The list goes
people.
on.
It's a big industry, and it's the hardest hit.
Yeah. So for the people out there, again, just go to saveourstages.com. Like I said, it takes you less than 3 minutes. You can see all the venues on there. And like we were talking about at the beginning of this, it's crazy how no one is talking about it.
No.
I mean, I
Too many
watched,
other distractions.
ain't that the truth? But I don't think that we're meant to know everything going on in the world. I think it's too much
But it is.
information.
It's information overload when you know everything. So.
Yeah, social media and the news in general. I mean, it sucks what's going on in places like Portland and all that, but people really need to remember that we have a local community too with stuff going on, and really focus on what's going on in your own backyard instead of watching the news about what's going on in India or something like that. It's just there's way too much information out there, man.
Good news is Hal Rogers, Congressman Hal Rogers, has signed on. He's a co-sponsor
I've seen
now.
that.
So
Yeah, that's awesome.
Kentucky's got some representation there. Another gentleman in northern Kentucky, and
I
I'm
know the
completely
name.
not his name, but he signed on. Also in the House. So, it's getting it's getting the right people to involve. So,
It's got some muscle.
it does have some muscle. There's a lot of I want to say there's 25 or 30 senators that signed on it so far. So you've already got a majority there. So it's just a matter of getting them back to Washington and do the job we pay them to do.
Yeah. Well, and we're still paying them. Ain't that something? But entertainment is it's so important in a society because we live in a world with so many differences and different opinions and yada yada yada. But somebody that comes from a completely different background with a completely different outlook on life and opinions and skin color and gender, whatever, they can all come together to go to WWE or go to Brantley Gilbert. I mean, it brings together so many.
It's a great escape.
Yeah, I mean, people get to let go and scream and dance, and it's just such a beautiful experience.
I do.
And
I tell people, they say, what business you're in? I say, I'm in the memories making business. I'm here to make people's memories. And, we allow you to escape the world out there for an hour or two and just enjoy yourself. Just
it's so important.
Be happy. And it's very important. It's healthy for you to do that.
Yeah. And
we're
that's
dying to get back to do it.
And that's why I think like that is one thing that has people kind of like a little bit riled up is just They don't get to
I
release
agree.
that energy.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know, and
I need a Black Label, society show right now. Get in that
was
arena
a
and just
wild show, man. That was awesome.
get that
though.
frustration out, buddy. Come on down to the arena floor.
But yeah, it's and it's getting there. And the thing is, if people really want to make a difference, that's how you do it, man. Is speaking up about topics. Let's talk about stuff that really matters. Stuff that impacts our communities and our local businesses. Yeah. And it's like I said, all you have to do is you do a hashtag. Look how whoever thought a hashtag would be so
Connection
powerful.
to the world. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Unfortunately, that's how I do it. I don't think I've ever went to a website. I think it's always, get on Facebook, put the hashtag in there, or Twitter, and see what comes up, see what everybody's saying, and
Yeah,
pretty much, how I get everything.
I remember when it was like hashtag LOL. That's all it was back in the day.
That's all you could get.
And now they're just overloaded with information. But it's what a crazy time to be alive.
But I think, we did the conference call. It's the National Independent Venue Association that started this stuff, and it actually came about because of the pandemic. And we did the conference call last week, and it's up to 2,900 members, something like that.
Whoa,
in fact,
that's a
they've
lot.
done their own fundraising, and so they're getting ready to start a little bit of a relief fund to the ones that you're in dire straits right now. I mean, you're getting ready to close as we speak, and so. I think that goes live September 24th, where you can actually go to them and come up with some grant money to help out, just in case Congress, doesn't take up the bills.
Yeah. And that's one thing that we were also talking about too. It's you got to get your priorities right too, and that's one difficult thing about all of this because everybody's struggling right now. But yeah, I'm all for this. And hopefully this right here will get people talking about it a little bit more. And I encourage everybody to do those hashtags. Go on to the website, saveourstages.com. People need to realize they have a voice. Well, I think we are realizing that.
We are.
And this
Slowly,
year more
we're
than
trying to get
ever.
back.
Yeah, it's the power of the people.
It was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Supposed to be. But the good thing about them is, because most people, you think about the PPP that came out, the Payroll Protection Act. Those were loans that had to be paid back eventually. There's some ways for it to be forgiven, but for the most part, you got to pay it back. And so you're looking at these independent venues and saying, well, we'll give you a loan, but as soon as you start making money again, you got to start paying us. So the Save Our Stages and the Restart are actually grants, or Save Our Stages is a grant that you can actually apply for. And when you think about it, I think the idea was to put the bill states it's like $10 billion set aside for that, and $10 billion, it's a lot of money. But when you think about the spending that the government does, $10 billion is not a lot in their eyes.
No, it's not.
That's
and
it is,
crazy.
and it's a grant. And there's a process you had to go through, but when you think 90%, I mean, it's just a huge number of places that
Yeah, that's
you're
all
so used to
venues.
going to.
Yeah.
It's not going to be there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so what's the difference between the Save the Stages and the Restart Act?
Well, the one started in the House, and I don't know which one. I'll get it wrong, but one of them started in the House was the Save Our Stages, or SOS, and the other started in the other chamber. It was the Restart. The difference in them, one is a grant system, that's the Save Our Stages. Restart is structured a little bit deeper. It goes for theaters, even amusement parks, the bus systems that do tours. It just opened it up to more people than just the Save Our Stages. So it's a little bit drama departments in schools, theaters, movie theaters. Yeah, it's just wide open. Tour buses, tourism departments, things like that. It was just a bigger, broad of stroke of people to help.
Okay, I get it.
And then there's actually a third, and I won't lie to you, it didn't pertain to us because it's more on the performing arts side, more like speaking of like Broadway, that obviously we don't do. We got the theater downtown, and I know nothing about theaters, but thank God I got Robin Irwin over there that knows what she's doing.
They're great people. They're doing a good
Yeah,
job.
she's phenomenal, and that helps. But there's a third that's for that, and
We do have 2 shows coming to the arena from the theater,
From the
though,
theater,
for
yeah.
social distancing. Sorry, I couldn't get my words out. We've got the Cleverleys, and then we've got the Kevin Prater Band. Kevin Prater Band is October the 3rd, and the Cleverleys is October the 11th. I'm 99.9% sure.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think
I
you're
believe
right.
you.
That's why
Yeah,
you...
yeah. But they're actually Appalachian Center for the Art shows that we're going to do on the arena floor.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's a 200-seat theater, so really hard to social distance 200 seats that are
especially
right
how
on
the
top of each
seats-
other.
Yeah, the seats.
So
are
we're going to
weird
do it
in
on the
there.
arena floor and spread you out a little bit, and
Massively socially distanced, right?
give you a little bit more room to.
Well, and
do your
those
thing.
are 2 great shows there. The Cleverleys, but everybody should know who the Cleverleys are.
They're hilarious.
Yeah, they are.
And
I first seen the apple bottom jeans.
Apple
Yeah,
bottom
I think that's the first one everybody saw.
Yeah. They made national news with that
Yeah,
one.
that's what I'm saying. That's what really broke the boat. Yeah, out there.
And it was just like a random local news station or something like that, and it
Exactly.
blew up.
And then Kevin Prater Band, this is his 40th anniversary. He's a local boy around Pikeville area, so
That dude is talented.
very talented bluegrass artist. So
Yeah,
it's
man.
gonna be good times.
Yeah, and I didn't know that y'all were going to be doing it there on the floor. That's
Forgot.
cool.
Yeah.
That was my bad.
Oh no, but dude, it's hard to focus on everything. You probably told me, and I forgot, so that might have been my bad. And that's cool though that y'all got that relationship with Eric and Robin, that y'all kind of intertwine.
Well, they're part of the family. It's all the big umbrella that makes up. What are we? The East
pie?
Kentucky Expo Corporation.
That's it.
Yeah, something like that. So the theater falls under that, and the Overlook event.
Yeah.
Have
center.
y'all thought about doing shows at the Overlook?
We are. We that was actually part of the big plan.
Because man, that would be.
We
such
wanted
a
to
great
let the locals have their opportunity because it's the new toy. So
Yeah.
everybody I didn't realize there was that many people in Eastern Kentucky who wanted to get married.
Play with it. Don't break
In
it.
the last 2 months, it's been amazing. But
Hey,
let them do their thing, and then after it kind of we kind of get the schedule nailed down. Because we're Rotary's meeting there, so on Wednesdays they'll be there. So once we get that nailed down, we wanted to do some some comedy acts up there. I think it's a great venue for comedy.
I was going to say that. I think it is the perfect.
Yeah, and
comedy
so
venue around
and that's
here.
one of the things we need to do as a region. We need to help develop those artists. Obviously, there's plenty of places that's going to develop country artists. There's even rock. So there's very little comedy when you get to this side of the world. It's
Yeah.
most maybe New York and California, but it'd be nice for us to get local talent that we can do some type of improv night or something, and even some big names, and so that's part of it. We've even talked about, believe it or not, doing midget wrestling up there.
That would be, dude. I've always wanted to go to one of those
why
shows.
not,
They seem so fun. They're
I hope
getting
you're
paid.
kidding, right?
They
No,
look
I'm
like
not.
they're.
I'm not kidding at
They
all.
look like they're
This is
having a good time.
First time the
That's
marketing
all
guys
that
heard about
matters.
this.
I mean,
Can't wait to promote
I
that
can't
one.
remember what is it?
Somebody's gonna kick me in the shin later.
It's
Twice the violence, twice the violence, half the size.
Oh,
I
that's
think so,
mean. Oh man. Am I gonna have to wrestle them?
Well, I don't think you want to. I mean, these guys are good.
Put me and Larry in there.
These
with
guys are good.
Hey, that's the thing, man. They're brutes. I
Yeah,
mean,
they are.
That they.
them. I'll bite them.
It is fun to
They'll
watch.
bite you. They'll bite their shin.
That's a good point.
But yeah, I mean, I think that would be, that'd be a nice little event up there.
That was no. Stop. Nice little.
I'm glad you picked that up.
I heard that. Nice little event up there. Really, Paul.
It's a little
You
room.
can send your hate mail to Paul Bowles, 126 Main Street,
Yeah.
Appalachian.
It's a little event that'll be a big time for
Yeah,
everybody.
but
Stop.
Did
you hear him?
I heard that.
Listen, they are embracing it, making money off of it. They're the
Well,
ones that are laughing
they're
at
athletes.
us.
I mean,
Yeah,
they
like
are
I said,
true athletes.
they're
If you
brutes.
haven't seen it, you
I
don't know what you're missing.
There's
they're-
videos on YouTube
yeah.
for anybody wanting to check it
I
out.
mean,
I've
they
checked
are
it out
true
before.
athletes. There's no different than them than WWE.
Yeah.
They're athletes. And they're out there just trying to make a living. And great people to work with. I had it in Salem. That's how I know so much about them. But it's fun to watch, and
My
yeah, we're
goodness.
going to try that up there. Maybe do some few little concerts, things like that.
I
You know.
love how you just threw that out there. Like, boom, there it is.
Well, maybe it was a Larry and Paul conversation.
Yeah, I think it was.
That
It's
definitely
it's-
seems
yeah.
like a Larry
It's
conversation.
a GM and assistant GM conversation. Marketing guys left out of
Well,
it.
you know,
That's just how it goes.
we don't bring you in there every day.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
That's how it goes. See? Well, Porton showing. Can you see it?
See-
you see my Portons?
That blew my mind how y'all were able to get so much parking up there too, because that was
it's amazing, isn't it?
that's one thing. Like everybody I talked to, they're like, "Where in the world's everybody going to park at?"
Yeah.
Dude, you have so much room up there. I don't know how y'all pulled that off.
I got to give credit to the city. I mean, that was all. The commission had this dream, and Philip Ellswick, city manager, he made it a reality. And I mean, even I go up there, and being new here,
Salute him.
just remembering what was there, and then see what's up there now. You're like, I don't know how it all fits. I mean, it's like we grew the side of the mountain, we made it bigger or something.
It's voluptuous.
That is such a fancy
That is.
word.
Like that?
How? What'd you say?
Voluptuous.
I should have been on the brochure.
Voluptuous?
Yeah. Voluptuous.
Is that a real word?
It
That
is.
is.
Voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
I think you
that
find that on
mean?
those sites that you're not supposed to be on. They have that, not suitable for work.
I mean, I was 16 once, Paul.
How do you even spell that?
V-U...
It begins with a V. I thought.
Starts with
it would
a
be
V.
S.
That's about all I could give you. Started with a V.
V-U-L... O-P... Oh, man.
We are-
U-O-U... Wait, is it O-U-S? I
Wait,
don't know.
no. It's a. I think that we're all wrong here.
It's a V, though.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all
We know it's a V.
Yeah. I think there's a U in there somewhere. Maybe
Can I
a
buy
B.
a V ball?
No, this is a city in Mexico. Never mind. I totally typed in the wrong thing. I don't know how to
It's
spell.
not a city in Mexico.
It is not. It's an actual word. Come see the voluptuous overlooking.
Send that to Josh on TikTok. How to spell it.
Oh, jeez.
But I mean, it's such a cool place up there. Like not even just for events, but for people just to hang
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Like, it's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I was up there the first time like last month or something like that. You still got the overlook that people can walk out on and stuff. That's neat up there, man.
It is. And then
And it took
eventually
no
there'll be
time.
cabins. Eventually there'll be cabins up
Cabins?
there. Yep.
Where are they
There's
gonna put cabins at?
not that I know what I'm talking about here, but I'm going to play it off for you. As you come up the mountain, you'll see there's some little turnoffs when you get close to the building. It's got like a concrete foundation there. You look over to your right as you're driving up. That's where the first 3 cabins go.
I'm gonna shake my head. I don't know what's happening.
And then the hope is to add
Huh.
more down the road. I think they're going to build. I can't remember where the city's at on that. I mean, there was talks of building one,
That'd be
and there was
cool.
talks of building all 3, but then the pandemic happened, so that kind of slowed down. Because I mean, we were supposed to be open. Originally, we were supposed to be open February, and then we got moved to April because of construction delays. And then we finally got it open July 3rd. Is when we finally had the first event in there.
So
So-
how many people can y'all seat in there?
Well, 350 is what it's rated for.
Wow.
We've been doing, we've probably been doing less than 30% of that for the events that's been there. I don't think we've may have had one retirement party that was maybe 125. I think that's the biggest it's been up there. Most of them has been, 75, 80 people,
yeah,
which is a good size room. I mean, it holds 350. You got 80 in there.
that's
Keeps them
wild.
pretty safe apart.
Yeah, it's a big old place up there.
We love it. Yeah, it's a cool little place.
Yeah, and that's so cool though. Now we have 3 venues right here in Pikeville, Kentucky that people
Yep.
can go. You got a theater, an arena, and what would you even call that?
Overlook.
It's
Called the
an
Overlook Event Center. Yeah. They
What's
wanted to go
the
event
difference?
center, and I thought, well, we're going to try to do more than one.
What's
Do
the
you see my
difference?
pinky?
What's the difference
Do you-
between a
do you see my
venue
pinky?
and an event center?
I see my pinky.
I'm dumb. I
That's
see
the
your
difference.
pinky.
Classy. Elegant.
Sure, I don't know. I mean, I've been in this gig for.
I would call it more classy than illegal, wouldn't you?
I mean, I've been an arena rat since
I
I,
mean,
was
we have
16.
weddings,
I don't know why we
weddings.
call them that.
Weddings are more.
We have weddings at the arena,
We have.
yeah, and they're very fancy.
Yeah, in the ballrooms.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
more. Yeah, it's like a giant ballroom.
It is. I mean, well, yeah. I mean,
What?
And then, what's the difference between a ballroom and an event center?
Oh my jeez.
well, I don't know. I
Give
mean,
us 20 years. I'm kidding.
I mean, I guess you could look up the, event center means you do it's multiple type events.
Yeah.
It's not just limited. It's kind of like a civic center versus an arena.
I don't know the difference between that.
Well,
I didn't know there was.
Yeah,
a
most of
difference.
the time when you hear just the arena, that's usually all they got is an arena, and
Yeah.
you're going to have more of the big ticket items type shows.
I thought a Civic
Civic
Center had to
Center's-
do with the car.
No, Civic Center is more community based. It's going to do, home shows, gun shows, gym shows, proms. Yeah, I know.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I
little
had to
Civic.
stop it.
Well, there's a Honda. There's a
forget-
Honda Civic
Civic, there's
Center.
a Honda
So
Civic.
that's why I thought, okay, it
No,
has to do
no,
with the
no.
car.
Oh my God.
Dude, you
See.
see the hair color here? That this explains it all. I might be blonde, but I have more fun. Okay.
I knew I was sitting across a comedian, so
I can't. I'm
trying
broken.
to hold it in while
I'm
he talks.
broken.
But for the people out there that want to check out all of the 400 venues that y'all have,
Call Josh.
put out your personal phone number.
Go ahead, I will. You know I really will do that.
I know you will.
606-794-5018. Call me.
No,
the
actually,
prank
all of
calls right there.
everything's got a Facebook page. Everything's got a our social media
Center.
page. Got a website.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Find it easy. Overlook Event Center, Pikeville. Bring it up. Bring up website. Get a separate website for that. You can actually go to AppalachianWildernessArena.com and actually
You
find
click
your
over
link
to
there.
it, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Click
cool.
right to it.
And y'all got so many things to do. Snapchat and
Instagram,
TikTok.
YouTube. Josh.
we
is
have to
just
entertain
fun.
Josh during the day, so
You see that? Remember that monkey that hit the little symbols? That's me.
that's Josh. Yeah,
Hey,
it's like Josh looks bored over here. Make set up a TikTok account. Josh.
TikTok. TikTok, Paul.
Eat a pepper. We need some
Eat a pepper,
entertainment.
Paul. Paul and Larry tell me to jump. I say, how high do you want me to jump?
That's it.
Well, it seems like y'all have fun though. That's one vibe that I get every time I tune into one of y'all's live streams is that everybody there, no matter if they work at the theater, the arena, or the Overlook Event Center, whatever that is, it seems like such a family atmosphere. Like y'all are more than just coworkers. Y'all are like best friends.
Well, truthfully, I mean, we probably, when we're busy,
Yeah.
no pandemic, we probably spend more time with each other than we do family.
Yeah.
So it does become a family.
Yeah.
We do care about each other. We,
lying.
well, it's like Tenny. He's my favorite little redhead.
He is.
So,
He does like
but
Tenny.
we do. I mean, we're all the time. I mean, we talk
Yeah.
all the time. I mean, if we're not at work, we're still, hey, what do you
Still
think about
jawing.
this show?
Listen, Jaws.
Yeah. So,
He's the boss. He's got to show a good face here. Okay, don't ruin this for
That's
him.
his job. He's got a job.
that's what Philip said. He likes me doing the city manager's report because he didn't have to say anything. He just goes, "Here's Paul."
Paul Jaw. Paul's actually more jawing than I am today. I don't know what's happening. I think I'm just like.
Well, I do know how to talk.
What?
I do.
I use English.
I just.
Hey, we're
I
Eastern
just let
Kentucky.
you
We
do
got
it.
our own English.
That's
I
right.
just let you do it.
Yeah.
You want it to be the face of the building, so I said you have at it.
Who signed me up for that one?
Believe it or not, I'm an introvert.
Who would have ever thought?
And for the people that want to know more about the Save Our Stages and how they can help with that cause more, tell them where to go to for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's the NEVA, the National Independent Venue Association, NEVA, NIVA.org is the main site, SaveOurStages.com, hashtag Save Our Stages, hashtag Restart. It all leads you back to that. And like I said, it takes you a few minutes to go on there. You tell them what state you're in. It's going to pull up who your reps are. You just click send on the letter, and it'll send a nice little letter saying that you're asking them to, just help sponsor the bill and save our stages.
Save our stages.
And I look forward to having y'all back to help promote the midget wrestling show.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm
Most
gonna
definitely.
be in a what do you call that? Leotard? Is that a lead? Yeah, it's spandex. I'll be in spandex, and Paul's gonna be in spandex, and Larry's gonna be in spandex, and we're gonna challenge 3 of their wrestlers.
No,
They can get on each other's shoulders and it'll make one.
it's a fun event. I mean, they truly are athletes, and you see it when you watch them. I mean, they're phenomenal. I mean, they don't mind getting up on the third rope.
Before this
And
is
jump.
over, I will be involved somehow. I'm just letting
I will
everyone
tell
know.
you, the funny part was we did it in the room back in Salem, and the first question they asked me to come in, they said, "Can you move that chandelier?" And I thought, "You got to be kidding!" And the guy goes, "No, we really will jump off the top rope." And he goes, "I'm really afraid we're going to hit it." So we did. We took the chandelier down before they built the ring.
Mark my words, people watching and listening at home, I will be involved with this wrestling before it is over with.
This is gonna, dude. I would absolutely love it. Just get on your knees, and it'll kind of be fair.
They will kill you.
They will hurt me, but I want to do it for promotion. It's going to happen.
You know how the WWE is uppercase? Theirs is lowercase.
Yeah.
Oh,
They do. They got shirts that says, twice the violence, half the size.
I will be involved.
It's great. It's a wonderful event. It's a good family entertainment event. And
There
that's
we
the
go.
best part about it. They come in and they go, is this a family show or this is the adult version? And you're
Oh,
like, let's go
what?
family. Well, I mean, they get,
What's the adult version?
well,
I do not want to know.
No, it's just the language that they use. They get a little bit more,
Wash your
nasty
mouth
with
out.
the language. But for the most part, I mean, God, I can't remember. What's the one wrestler? It's Huggy Bear. And he is like
I
the
can't.
greatest showman.
That's his name.
That's his wrestling name is Huggy Bear.
I'm going to take on Huggy Bear.
Should be like Koala or something.
But no, he's awesome. I mean, he works the crowd. I mean, he works it better than anybody in the WWE. He's just a great
You get the
showsman.
same vibe from it.
It really is.
It's a regular event. I haven't been to one, but I've watched them on YouTube because they're so entertaining.
We'll have to hook you up. We'll have to get him tickets.
Yeah,
Dude, I will do anything y'all need me
We
to
may
do.
let you MC it.
Yeah, I would love it. I can be the announcer for one match.
If he's emceeing, I get to be in the ring one time.
We're gonna make you ref.
I'll ref it. I'll be like, listen, do you want me to get on my knees for this count, or am I standing up? How do you really feel about this?
Yeah, they'd kill you.
We've had fun.
This has been a really fun
fun,
podcast.
the most fun you ever had, right?
I don't know if we'll have another podcast after this, but it's been a
Could be the
fun
end of it.
podcast.
This is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Bowles and Josh Kessler.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
See you next week. Boom. And there we go.
Oh,
Simple
I'll
as
send you a
that.
message.